Hi, I'm Katie Moonstone. Welcome back. If you guys would just take a minute, I'm going to clear the air in our heart spaces at this time. Woo! How is everybody doing today? Today is July 16th. And what is kind of going on with the energy? Well, from the 16th and the next couple days, there's like a trio force that is kind of happening today. So Saturn likes to tighten things up, and Neptune likes to confuse people. And also Neptune likes to slow things down. And the moon likes to absorb everything. So this trio doesn't reward force. It rewards alignment, and alignment doesn't always feel efficient, but it is effective. Accept things to feel heavier than it should, okay? So the energy is going to be kind of heavy. These are basically timelines that are collapsing. These timelines were not meant to be yours. They're actually other people. They're other people's timelines, sorry. And they basically wanted to latch onto you and pull you into theirs to keep you stuck. So look at things from different angles today and in the next few days. You'll see how much you have healed, and the other people around you are going to freak out or lose control because they are just waking up to something that you already knew what was going to happen. Do not say, "I told you so," or Saturn will slap your hand, okay? So don't do that. Just allow them to wake up. They're going to freak out. But this is basically to show you that you can cut that energy now finally, because basically you're free from them and they don't know what to do. So this energy is heavy, but it's freedom. Freeing you and teaching you to surrender and let go to everything that is not yours. What is yours, you do not have to force. If you want to force it, because we know, some of us out there, I was one of them, every now and then I like to test the universe. If you do want to force it, stop and listen to the resistance, because that resistance has something to say to you. And not everything that rejects you is against you. Sometimes that thing is not the problem. It's just the angle that you're looking at. Today's resistance is tomorrow's realignment. Things may seem slower today and in the next few days, but slower is not always bad, right? Slower can be wiser. Slower will show you what moves with ease and with a lot more power, okay? The universe knows what it's doing, so allow the universe to do it. Allow the universe to shift the ground before that destination shows up, right? Shifts don't always arrive with clarity either. It arrives with strange timing, right? And that's because we can all thank Pluto for the strange timing, with a sense that something is coming, but yet it hasn't quite arrived yet, and we're not quite sure what exactly it is. So the force today and over in the next few days is just going to try to align you with your truth and not a schedule, okay? And not your schedule. So sometimes timing is delayed so that the lesson can arrive first. And remember, there are no detours in retrogrades or in your lessons. These are just energetic checkpoints where your quiet choices matter the most. So today and in the next few days, slow down on purpose so you don't miss what actually matters, okay? This transit has a long memory, so it's gonna go backwards in time, okay? Again, this is why some of these people are freaking out, because they're being haunted by the way that they treated you or lied about you or whatever the case may be. Saturn is going to make them and you, of course, revisit your choices. And now in revisit those choices, okay? And then now you got Neptune that's dissolving all the illusions that you've outgrown or that you told yourself, Even if you don't realize that you were still hanging on to it, Neptune's going to show you, and so is Saturn. So expect plans to be stalled. Expect emotional waves come out of nowhere. Expect people trying to force you to do something, all right? Or force, your attention onto them. And you also might question something that you were so sure about a week ago, but now you're questioning it today, okay? So allow all this to happen through you. Just because something isn't happening now, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. The universe is basically editing at this time, filtering out what does not serve the long run. It's creating space so when the real thing actually shows up, and this could be in your relationships, a decision that you have to make, or an opportunity, or a version of you that finally feels right. And you'll finally be ready for it, okay? So, hold on to your center, let go of the timelines that were never yours to begin with, and trust what's meant for you does not need to be forced. Yes, Saturn restricts. The moon amps up all of our emotions. And yes, Neptune confuses. But together, what it invites surrender. Don't give up. This energy is not saying, hey, don't give up. It's just saying, let go of what was never meant to stay. You're not being tested at this time, you're being prepared. And in the next few days, the energy may still feel heavy, but it's because the energy is trying to soften you so that the truth can finally reach you. The story isn't falling apart, it's finally being written correctly. Remember, a lot of us had a lot of people saying saying bad things about you, trying to take things from you, steal from you, and now this is like, look at this energy as course correction, okay? And while the universe is course correcting, because now the story is going to be written correctly the way that it was meant to, in the next few days, a lot of us are going to be rewarded silently, okay? So a lot of these rewards that are coming to you, I know I've been getting some, and usually when I get rewards, they come in threes, so you can look out for that. But when you get these rewards, remember, these rewards were meant for you. So they might all come in at once. It might be a slow progression, but these rewards is to cause change, right? So that you're on your timeline. Anyways, that's what we have for the next few days, starting today. The energy always changes, right? And planets always align. And right now, I think one of the planets, I think it's Neptune, or the moon or something. It might be Neptune or the moon, but it's in Pisces right now as well. So that's where the emotions might be coming from. So if you are emotional, let those emotions run through you, okay? That's just honoring your truth or your story, Basket. You're going to get recognition and reward for merit for all the work you've done, okay? You got a gift coming in again. These gifts might come in silently or slowly. Box. You're going to receive a gift. I can't make this up. You're getting a reward for all the hard work and for all those silent cries, those silent battles that you've been doing all by yourself and nobody believed you. And guess what? The universe did the whole time. It was part of your soul purpose. That's why, hey, I'm here and I can tell my story. It's not because, I want people to feel bad for me. It's, hey, you're not alone. I'm going through it too, And if I can make it out, so can you. We're all in this together. Maybe my story might save someone else's life, You never know. Anyways, we gotta fly. Somebody around us might have a period of ill health and depression. Remember, as we rise, and it will be a slow rise because the things that we are going to receive is going to cause for us to have stable, firm foundations. Why? Because we didn't build anything on lies. A lot of us had the same story 10 years ago and it never changed. Mine 7 years ago and I haven't changed it and I'm not going to, Anyways, expect that. Owl, good advice from a wise person. Some of you might be giving advice or getting advice from a wise person. Also, when I see the owl, I kind of think of like maybe somebody might die. So my condolences. And I also kind of get like, maybe pay attention to your dreams, because I think you're going to get like some kind of, you know, like a download, or you might be able to see the future, like something very prophetic. Butterfly, a change for the better. Everything is changing for the better, okay? And claw, be careful. Don't take risks at this time. If you do get contracts, sign them. Read them over. Don't just sign them, you know. Or have somebody look them over for you. I had to do that. Family wishes are coming true. So you have wishes coming true, especially if they're, you know, it involves your family. And wind chimes. Peace and harmony is upon us. Yay! Bottom of the deck, lobster. Some of you might still be in a financial pinch, but that's okay. You got better days coming ahead. You got gifts coming in. Things are changing for the better. Do we have any advice cards for today in the next few days? Any advice for us? Let it go. Can't make it up. You're being asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment that you've been holding on to. It's hurting you, and you can't fully be present into your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free. It's time. Let it go. I'm trying not to sing that Elsa song or that Disney song. I'm really trying not to. I'm also getting, I kind of got this when I woke up this morning, and I really didn't want to speak upon it, but maybe that goes with the depression. But I do feel like somebody is actually like not in a good mental space right now. It's like everything they wished upon you, they can't handle that. That's why they did it to you. They knew that you wouldn't be able to handle it, and maybe they wanted you to, let's say, kill yourself. But I feel like when I woke up this morning, I heard that song, Somebody Save Me by, who's that? Jelly Roll. Great song. But I feel like someone might ask you to like get, you know, help them or save them. They need to save themselves, really. Especially if they have addiction problems. You can't really help them. So be careful with that. Like, I feel like it's a desperate attempt, you know, to keep you stuck in that same karmic cycle loop when you're being already asked to be freed from it. So just be watching. Just use discernment. Be careful. What do we need to know? Especially if what is happening to you, let's say it's backfire energy, whatever this person did to you, and maybe they did a lot of wrong, and that's what caused maybe you to have pain and suffering. And now that it's returning back to them, because remember, energy is meant to be received, and now you're no longer receiving it because you healed all those parts, and now you're watching this other person spiral downwards, basically. And yeah, they can't handle it. It's like their mouths wrote a check their butts can't cash. Kind of like that. Anyways, can we get a card? We got 2. Your desire is within reach. Have faith. Everything is working out in your favor, okay? And then you got a new home. Moving is a step in the right direction. Some of you are going to be moving in a new home or moving in the right direction. Maybe somebody's going to be moving into your home. Clear the spaces. New beginnings. I feel like it's new beginnings is upon us. What do we need to know for the collective? Anything, what do we need to know for the collective? For July, something must have happened in June. July 16th, or in the next few days. A lot of you are not brokenhearted. You've healed those parts in you, so congratulations to that. Yeah, a new emotional beginning. Also, maybe some of you might be asked to reconcile. Whoever does want to reconcile with you, they're going to put a lot of work and effort into it, so be careful. Especially if it's from someone from the past. But if you've been putting a lot of work and effort into your healing, you're going to now have a new emotional beginning filled with love. Filling your own cup maybe, but it's a cup of love. Maybe you have love to offer. Well, this is weird because I've been seeing this all day. Somebody might be going to spiritual jail, or they're in a mental prison. Someone might actually be going to jail. I'll be honest with you guys, the last few days I've been seeing cops everywhere, and whoever put a lot of work and effort into something, I think that's where they're headed to. Or someone's in a mental prison. Let's see. It's because all the secrets came out, darkness came to light. Something definitely ended, or it's the death of the situation. Maybe you need to restrict yourself. Well, whoever is in a mental prison, this is suicidal energy because of Neptune. So watch out for that. There is a death in the situation. Something to do with kids. If you're a woman that has kids, maybe a family situation now has ended. And maybe now you guys can start your healing process. If you are a Queen of Wands and you have kids, be careful because you have a fire sign or a younger male coming in that wants to take action just to manipulate and abuse the situation. But he already has clarity that he was abusive. But the universe is stepping in on that. It's almost like he's getting a block. Just be careful. Yeah, the contract's now broken. And because a lot of the contracts are now broken, a lot of their souls can't rest because now they don't know what to do. They don't have any direction. You got to remember, their main goal was to go after you. And especially if this is a karmic situation, and now that you've been released out of that energy or out of that contract now, they're empty vessels. So now a lot of them are freaking out. They don't know what to do. You know, because basically their whole purpose in life was to come after you. And now that that's gone, right? Think of it. Think about it, you know. They are going to be walking away, but this is very emotional to them. And God wanted to make sure they didn't see this coming. They had two options. God gave them plenty of choices and options to, hey, you can do the right thing. You can do the right thing, but they didn't want to. Why? Because I'm not them, but, you know, dark forces took over. They allowed themselves to be manipulated or abusive, you know. Anyways, time's up. And they are being judged at this time. A lot of you fire sign younger males might be actually picking up and moving. And you are moving away because you had a lot of resent and anger. And it was like you wanted to win at all costs, or you had something to prove. But you didn't win. That's the thing. Sometimes when people win, they actually lose. And sometimes when people lose, they actually win. So just remember, different angles. Anyways, God is placing judgment upon those. And many of them are going to hit rock bottom. Rock bottom is different for a lot of people, okay? It's basically like what's important to you might be taken away. Anyways, if you're not out here trying to ruin people's lives, you're fine. You be minding your own business, drinking your water, and you know, you're fine. Don't even worry about it. Anyways, let's move on. A lot of you older males, let's say Emperor energy, there is a change coming in, and it was destined and fated for you. And the wheel is turning in your favor. Why? Because you did complete a cycle. You ended something. You completed a cycle, and you're going to get a reward in the form of money and stability as well. Something tangible that you can touch. Earth sign males, you completed a cycle as well. Something ended in your life as well. And you are going to be celebrating this. Also be careful, you might have people gossiping behind your back. I wouldn't pay any mind to that. In fact, because you closed out a cycle, you need to celebrate. Maybe celebrate yourself. Celebrate all, how far you came and the lessons that you learned, because now you're a different person. You're more stable and grounded. You can even celebrate just letting go of the past. You are walking away from those that are like, let's say, gossipers. I don't know why that's a big deal. Maybe you kind of cared about what other people thought of you, and now you're letting that part go, because now you know, hey, I don't care what these people think. I'm going to do me, So congratulate yourself. That's huge. Because a lot of people's paths are now opening up because they closed out their cycles, they did the work. A lot of people are going to clearly see what they lost. Because remember, you were sent to certain people. Some of you were sent to certain people to be a blessing in their lives. And they might have rejected you, or they were angry with you, or they took your energy and thought it was theirs. And now you're going to watch a lot of people kind of lose it all. And it might be sad to watch. But just remember, kind of like, I don't know what I was going to say right there. Careful of distractions, definitely. And do not procrastinate. It was all part of the contract. Contracts are now broken, but there are things that you clearly have learned. But there is something a lot of you do not know. Some of you don't know that you're going to be separated at this time. Some of you guys are going to be going through a spiritual awakening. Oh, if I want to go bigger on this, because of the way this card came out, this is the High Priestess card. I like to say, not only is it a lot of people, what they didn't know is they didn't want to work with you because you were different. Your light's different. Maybe you could tell the future. That's what a High Priestess is. But at the end of the day, they did not know, and a lot of people right now are going to be separated, and they're not working with the divine. So if you are of light and you, like, let's say, are of the divine, you work with the divine daily, because I do. I don't take orders from humans. I do what the divine says. If the divine tells me to shut up, I do. If the divine says you got to deliver a message, I do it, So if they're not working with the divine does not want them working with you. I'm also getting a lot of these people that are going to be losing a lot of things. It's because they didn't know that the divine isn't going to work with them anymore. They didn't repent. They had time. Ooh. Anyways, that was deep. I wasn't expecting that to come out. The divine is granting a wish fulfillment to a lot of you. And I know the ones that probably feel it, you're probably getting the chills right now. It's you. Again, remember, your rewards will come through other people, opportunities, look at the small things in life, And why are you getting this reward or this wish fulfillment? Because you had to go through a lot of betrayal. A lot of people betrayed you. And they betrayed you because they thought you were working all by yourself. That person has no friends, no husband, no boyfriend, no family. But you know what I always say? You never know who's spiritually protecting this person or those people. That's why I don't mess with nobody, right? You don't know who their ancestors are or where their bloodlines come from. You don't know if they're Jesus's descendant. you know, or an archangel's descendant. You don't know. Anyways, that's why a lot of you are going to be getting this wish fulfillment, because you went through some heavy betrayals. Like you were stabbed in the back. Look at this. And that's why you got a wish fulfillment coming in, and it's coming in from the divine. If you are a 9 of Pentacles lady, you're single, you got your shit together, you're working on your money bags, you made a good choice, or you have a choice to make. Judgment call, if you're an earth sign as well, doesn't have to be. But if you're the 9 of Pentacles energy, or you're in that 9 of Pentacles energy, one more pentacle and you have it all. But you might have to make a choice, or a judgment call has been made. Oh, you're going to be traveling. Good for you. You're going to be nudged to travel somewhere, and that is very significant. And this place that you need to travel to, you're not going to be struggling, but you have to release something. I'm also kind of getting where you travel to. Maybe you need to heal like the ley lines. Some of you might be light workers, or like grid line workers, energy workers. Help go to certain points of the earth to help Mother Earth release energy. Maybe you need to go to some place and release something there. Maybe something significant. Maybe you have to travel somewhere and you need to release something. Maybe it was from your childhood. Whatever it is, you're going to release something. And you're going to feel 100 times lighter. A lot of you did not cause an injustice, but an injustice is even though you did not cause an injustice, there's still an imbalance. So the energy is still kind of correcting that. Not kind of, it is correcting that, my bad. So a lot of you need to release yourselves because you didn't cause an injustice, but there is an injustice. There's been an imbalance, but it wasn't caused by you. And you know how you'll know? Because you're about to get a stable offer. Maybe some of you water signs out there, or women that are not in their heart spaces, you need to be careful. You might be forced to be doing some inner work. Time to go into hermit mode, because if you're not operating in your heart space, then where are you operating from? You're operating from fear. You're inside your head. So time to do some inner work, okay? Life's too short to be bitter and jealous or cold-hearted. Some of you women, if you are, okay, some of you, it could be water signs, doesn't have to be. But if you're, let's say, withholding love, you have a contract and you need to be this. So like, let's say you're this person. Now, the Queen of Cups in reverse, it could be a water sign, doesn't have to be. It's just a woman, feminine energy actually, that is withholding love. Might be bitter and jealous, could be manipulative with her words, but you have a contract to tell the truth. Maybe you need to be truthful and honest with yourself. Why are you operating in fear? Why do you feel that you need to force everything? Why are you being manipulative? Are you afraid that things will never go your way? Why are you being forceful? But you need to tell yourself the truth. Or your kid is going to tell you the truth. Maybe someone younger than you might tell you the truth. Like, hey, I don't want to deal with you because this is who you are. So that might hurt. But it's going to cause you to go within and heal. And I feel like you already know this. Like, I feel like this already happened. Some of you males out there that might be still lying to yourselves. You don't need to look any deeper. You know you don't need any help. You're not going to get any help, but you are going to be happy. Okay, so basically what I get out of that could be air sign energy, doesn't have to be, but a lot of you males, you know what you've been lying to yourself about. I feel like, I just feel like you're saying to yourself, yep, that's me. I've been lying to myself about quite a few things. You don't want the help. You're not going to get the help. You know that you need to change this, but I think once you release that, look, you got happiness. So you're the only one holding yourself back. Just release it. Why? So you can be happy? Don't be afraid to be happy. Life's too short. Experience all of it, especially if you've been one of those that experience a lot of bad and a lot of trauma. Wouldn't it be nice to just experience this? You know, even if it's just for a moment. Yeah, you already know you're gonna get a new beginning, and you're not forcing anything either, so, and you're not fighting. So you already know. Yeah, you're putting matters into your own hands. Good job. You do know the truth, and you are gonna be in your truth. Awesome. Just remember, a lot of you are protected at this time, okay? So you might see a lot of fours. If you are an earth sign energy, or you're this Queen of Pentacles, say you're a businesswoman, a wealthy woman, it could be earth sign energy. Maybe you're a girl that's got her shit together or appears to, and you know, usually the Queen of Pentacles, they like nature, they're kind, they're smart. You have a bitter and jealous woman around you, and she made her final decision, okay? And right now she's freaking the F out. She also is going to be in regret. A lot of you might have a fire sign around you that is in regret because maybe he was dealing with a bitter and jealous woman and you were this woman the whole time. So consider that a missed opportunity. You're the Empress. Now you're going to have people in regret for not protecting you, being on your team. So you might get a lot of people wanting back on your team. Time's up. You're not going to be working with anybody that's not divinely in the divine light. You already know who took advantage of you. If you are an Empress, you have a phone call that's going to come in, and you're going to take swift, like, you're going to be happy about this phone call, so it changes something. Might be in your career or some sort of an opportunity, but you have the strength to move forward. A lot of you might be dealing with family situations. In the end, the family's going to be happy, but you need to stop playing games with them. They need to feel your absence because they feel like you're always there for them, so they take advantage of you. And it doesn't matter how many times you've tried to like open up your heart and have a heartfelt conversation. They're not hearing you. They need to feel your absence. So you need to let them go for a little while. You need to work on yourself. Many of you are going to get a written communication, so text, maybe letter by mail, or some sort of email. And whatever this email, it's like, boom, you got a new beginning. All right, so you'll know when you get that. Anything else we need to know before I move on? Just something has ended, and a lot of you, just remember, the ones that are around you, that are probably watching you, they weren't brokenhearted when they did what they did to you. That was purpose. It was part of their contract though. So don't be mad at them for that. Remember, we are not here to seek revenge, right? So let's go to the dice. What do we need to know from the dice? The number 12 is significant. Maybe December, 12 o'clock, 12 days. There has been an imbalance still. Somebody didn't want to walk away. There's been an injustice, and because they did not walk away, I do feel like they might end up in jail. It's almost like they thought they were above the law. The energy's slow moving though. It was a dark entity that did that to them. They did it because they were lonely. Well, they're gonna be lonely wherever they're going. Especially if they're out there kind of purposely. That's intent. When you purposely try to hurt somebody. The number 3 might be significant. 3 days, 3 o'clock, March. Yeah, for some reason, children are going to be moving into a new home. Maybe your child has a big idea. Whatever it is, whatever happened, children are going to be more hopeful. They planted a seed and it's going to grow. They're going to get their wish fulfillment. They're moving away from abuse, like an abusive person, arrogant, narcissistic people. Children are going to be very happy suddenly. I like it. Many of you need to plant the seeds of hope. Something about 11 days, November, 11 o'clock. The spirit of greed is still around, trying to make things unbalanced. Pay attention to animals at this time. What's showing up in your world? When you see an animal, kind of look them up. Look at the spiritual totem meaning of whatever animal that, let's say, crosses your path. Because in that, you have a message that you need to hear. Females, if you have an abusive or a narcissistic person around you, they are no longer feeding off your energy. They are highly upset. Those are the ones that are spiraling. Ooh. They don't know what love is. Something about maybe a religious cult. We might see the fall of a religious cult. Ew. The number 5, expect sudden changes, but these changes are going to make you happy. Males, some of you males are going to be moving. Why? Because your foundation is not firm, but you need to be truthful and honest. Maybe you did not want to cut ties with a female. I do see divorces might happen, might be on a rise. Someone might lose a home. Again, overdrafts. There's a male that might be moving and he's being honest about it. Females, if you're in an abusive relationship, you are not in a stable, firm foundation. And you need to be honest with yourself, and the only person that can help you is you. You're not alone. And there are places that you can go to that will help you and protect you. And I think you do know that, you're just too scared to do it. So please do it. That's weird. Somebody might be curious, and some of you might want to explore different religious and spiritual things at this time. Don't feel insecure about it. Take that journey, seek that truth. A lot of you might be doing that and you're gonna find love. Say you want to go to a new church, go for it. Maybe you want to go take that spiritual journey, do it, because whatever it is, you're going to fall in love either back in with yourself or maybe with somebody. But the number 4, you are protected. 4 days, maybe April, 4 months, 4 o'clock. But love is definitely here right now. There is something that you're going to do that you're going to love. Maybe you're opening your heart up to a new spiritual practice, but definitely spirituality is huge in this little circle right here. Ooh, something just came full circle and now it's over. Cycle has been completed. And now you know exactly which way to go. You did not get your reward yet, but it is coming. Now that, let's say your downfall gave someone else power or whatever, now it's going to reverse. Tables are turning, but you know exactly which way to go. And yeah, you didn't get your reward yet, but you will. It's coming in slowly. Missed opportunities. Someone had a missed opportunity with you. They were sleeping on the wrong person. You guys had a soul agreement, but because that person slept on you or missed the opportunity, it's never going to come back around. That timeline is now over and gone. So, sayonara. Some of you are going to be making deals. New contracts are coming in. And a lot of you need to rest. Use this time. Because Neptune wants to slow things down, definitely rest. Yeah, the universe is saying rest because something is coming. You made an agreement or a contract, so get your rest in now because you're about, when I see that, hey, the universe says, get your rest in now, that means you're about to be busy and things are going to take off. Alrighty, well, you know what? Let's get rid of something and then we'll call it a day. Let's get rid of something and we'll call it a day. What do we need to get rid of? Give us a card. There we go. We got a popper. Ooh, I like this one. I feel like we already got this one not too long ago. Anyways, this is for you, for all of us, the collective. All lack mentality and scarcity mindset is now cleared and destroyed from our energy in spirit and in flesh. All lack mentality and scarcity mindset is now destroyed and cleared from our energy in spirit and in flesh. I like it. We need to be careful about what we say about ourselves, right? Well, let's end this reading because peace and harmony is among us. What do we need to know to move forward? Give us a card to end this beautiful reading. Give us a card to end this beautiful reading. Definitely slow, not getting messages. All my cards don't want to speak. They're not jumping today. Well, somebody didn't heal. And this card came out in reverse. It's demon time, the remembrance. The truth came out. And now it's in reverse. The demons are gone. They're going to be going. Anyways, let's read it. Demon time. Lucifer, whose name means light bringer, a cherub angel, and Jesus Christ, a prophet or messenger of God, knew that the demons or dark evil forces would get out of hand in the coming years as the demons or evil forces found loopholes in God's plan for humanity, the earth, and the universe. God made every human or living being with a specific purpose. Earth is a world of duality and has found themselves on demon time. You pulled this card because there is something or someone from one of your past lives that you need to remember, which holds a significance of why you are here today. You are a special being that was sent to Earth to remember who you are and what you came here to do. The significance of a past life will come to you in either your dream or meditation state. When you remember this, you will then be able to break free from whatever evil force that's been following you, either you or one of your ancestors, hindering your bloodline of your destinies. Remember, we do not fight against the flesh and blood, but against the evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, and against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. What happens in the spirit world also happens on earth, as above, so below. In this remembrance, you are also helping out in this battle of spiritual warfare. Seek, and you will find truth. Hence, that gives me, tells me why a lot of people might be seeking new spiritual practices or some sort of spirituality to seek and find truth, something that, resonates with your soul. The other card that came out, watch numbers. This is Roman numeral 2. It's the sign of the Gemini. Gemini is the sign of duality, so duality is important at this time. Partnerships and communications holds the power of the number 2. There is an importance of needing balance and harmony, and by balancing out the opposing forces in various aspects of life, this includes your personal relationships and creating equal reciprocity. The number 2 encourages you to listen to your inner guidance and trust your intuition. Pay attention to your gut feelings. They are never wrong. This card can also indicate a need for effective communication to be able to gain the mutual support that you desire, and also urging you to nurture your connections of all kinds and to be an active listener. And by being an active listener, this allows love, compassion, growth, and change to take place. The number 2 also indicates that spiritual growth often involves selflessness and motivates you to engage in acts of kindness and service to others to enrich the lives of those around you. This will give you spiritual meaning, and by cultivating cooperation and unity, which will deepen your understanding of its importance in your life's journey, spiritually and personally. A new partnership may be on the horizon, but first you need to break out of your comfort zone and do something that will engage you in something actively. Think of it like this. Balance encourages you to seek equality in your life, acknowledging both sides of every experience while pursuing growth and expansion, while finding the flexibility or adapting to new ways of thinking and doing things. By understanding this, you will create a strong foundation for yourself and for your partnerships of all kinds. Roman numerals convey a sense of history, and they do break information into easily organized structures. In this sense, maybe it is time for you to reorganize and simplify your life. I've been trying to do that. It's been kind of hard because I feel like it's been kind of a busy week, but definitely try to reorganize your space. You know, by creating space, you're allowing new to enter, right? Anyways, take care out there. Drink plenty of water. Remember, the solar flares are still kicking in, so you might be experiencing headaches at this time. The only thing I can tell you is, you know, you're not alone. Drink some water, and if it's too much, you can cover your head, like wear a hat or something. A lot of people like to do that. Anyways, I hope you guys like this reading, and until we meet again, namaste.